Holiday gift of fear. That's how Mojtaba's army mocked Netanyahu, as chaos spread across Israel. As missiles flew on Passover, the IRGC's message was clear: Israel would feel the cost of its actions. Sirens wailing, bunkers filling, panic on the streets, Iran squarely blamed Netanyahu for Israelis' fear. Is Iran now eyeing Israel's lifelines, food, water, and communications, as the next targets in this shadow war? Amid a spiraling war, Iran's IRGC said Israelis received fear as a holiday gift from their own prime minister. Tehran openly blamed Netanyahu for Israelis being forced into underground bunkers during the Passover holiday. Iran's IRGC drove the message home with more than 100 missiles and drones in Wave 89 of Operation True Promise 4 on the night of April 1st to 2nd. Brigadier General Majid Mousavi underlined that warning in a pointed post on X on the eve of Passover. Brigadier General Majid Mousavi said, and I quote, "Repeated sirens and shaking inside shelters, narrow and dark basements as Iran rains down missiles. This was part of Netanyahu's holiday gift to the Zionists," unquote. A senior Iranian military commander has now openly hailed Hezbollah for what he called the group's decisive entry into the war on Israel. Major General Ali Abdollahi said the United States and Israel had badly miscalculated the strength and cohesion of the resistance alliance, according to Iranian outlet Press TV. His remarks came as Lebanon's Hezbollah claimed to have launched 43 separate attacks on Israeli targets in just 24 hours, Al Jazeera reported. Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba has also praised Hezbollah's role on the battlefield and vowed that Tehran will continue backing the group politically, financially, and militarily. Major General Ali Abdollahi said, and I quote, "American and Zionist enemies who, based on wrong calculations, believed the Islamic Resistance Front was weak and on the verge of collapse have in practice been confronted with its unparalleled power," unquote. After earlier efforts seen as trying to trigger a food crisis in Israel, Iran is now being accused of also aiming at the country's water infrastructure, widening worries about basic civilian systems coming under fire. On the night of April 1st to 2nd, a ballistic missile launched from Iran and reportedly carrying a cluster warhead struck central Israel, marking a sharp escalation in both weapons used and areas targeted. Even though areas around Tel Aviv, Israel's largest city, came under attack, officials initially reported no injuries, as residents tried to process missiles landing so close to heavily populated districts. In the ultra-Orthodox city of Bnei Brak, one Iranian bomblet reportedly burst a major water main, showing how a single fragment can disrupt daily life by damaging essential urban pipes. The Times of Israel reports that the blast in Bnei Brak sent rescue teams racing to the impact site, where crews worked to secure the area, manage flooding, and check for any hidden casualties. Iran's military claims it has launched drone attacks on what it calls key industrial and high-tech hubs inside Israel, describing them as strategic centers vital to the country's capabilities. Tehran says the March 31st drone wave specifically hit important telecom and industrial centers in Israel, aiming to disrupt both its civilian infrastructure and its wartime logistics. Iran's forces further allege that their targets included sites linked to global giants such as Siemens and AT&T inside Israel, accusing these firms of indirectly supporting its adversary systems. According to Iranian statements, some of the strikes were directed at facilities close to Ben Gurion Airport and the crucial port city of Haifa, both seen as critical nodes in Israel's security network. Iranian outlet Press TV reported that a Siemens-linked industrial software center near Ben Gurion was singled out, portraying it as a brain hub for advanced control systems. Iran claims the technology developed at this center supports weapons production lines and the design of sophisticated military systems, making it a high-priority target in their eyes. Officials in Tehran also pointed to a telecom research and development hub in Haifa, which they linked to AT&T, saying it was hit because of its role in advanced communications. Tehran alleges this Haifa facility develops networks, cloud platforms, and artificial intelligence tools that underpin Israeli military operations, framing the strike as a blow to its digital backbone. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps announced the 88th wave of Operation True Promise 4, proclaiming a new phase of coordinated strikes aimed at Israeli and US targets in the region. According to reports cited by the Times of Israel, Iranian missiles armed with cluster warheads slammed into parts of central Israel on March 31st, sharply escalating the nature of Tehran's attacks. At least 8 people were injured in the March 31st barrage on central Israel, with emergency services rushing casualties from multiple impact sites. Impacts were reported in the densely populated areas of Bnei, Brak, Ramat Gan, and Petah Tikva, heightening public fear that everyday urban centers are now firmly in the firing line. Iran's forces also claimed responsibility for targeting a cargo ship associated with Israel, named the Hafong Express, signaling that their latest wave of attacks extends to maritime assets as well.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.